Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to my channel, Creative Grandma. I hope everyone is having a happy crochet or knitting day and staying well. This video, I wanted to get caught up and show you some of the projects I'm working on. Now, with my mom being in the hospital 2 weeks out of the last 3 weeks, I've really gotten behind on some of my projects. I tried to take them to the hospital and work on them, but every time I picked up my crochet hook, a nurse would come in or the doctor would come in, and they were in and out of her room so much. It was really hard to crochet while I was there. But I did want to let you know I do have some crochet tutorials coming soon, so I thought I would give you a sneak peek of what I was working on. Now, this first item I'm going to show you is called the Sunny Days Baby Blanket. I just got this finished. I am working on the video tutorial and the instructions. Now, this will be released on Lion Brand's website in kit form. If you wanted to get the kit, then you get the pattern for free. I'll also have the crochet tutorial to go along with this project. So let me show you the little baby blanket first. Here it is. And then it has this little shell border all around, all four sides. Now, it's a very easy stitch pattern. So I'm looking at my notes. It is 36 inches wide by 41 inches long, and that includes the border. Now, for this blanket, I used the new Lion Brand Mandela string yarn. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I used 6 skeins of color 200CU. It's called Mixed Tape. Now, this is a blue, yellow, a little bit of mint green, and cream color mixed together. And you're also going to need a size H8 or 5mm hook to make this blanket. So again, that's the yarn I used. And this is a #1 super fine weight 100% acrylic yarn. It comes in a 3.5 ounce, 100 gram, 350 yards, 320 meters per skein. And I wanted something that was very delicate. Now, even though it does say it's a #1 super fine weight, I had no problem working with this yarn. It was very nice to work with. Now, I believe this is going to be released on October 29th. And I'll have all the information about the material list in the description box underneath the video. And I can also put it in the comments section if you can't find that section under the video, because depending on what device you're using, it shows up differently on different devices. So on my desktop, I see everything right under the video. But if you're using maybe a laptop or a phone, then you have to scroll all the way down under all the suggested videos to get that information. So let me stand up. Here it is again. It's just a really pretty self-striping, very delicate. Let me get it up there close so you can see. Very beautiful little baby blanket. So that's the first project I wanted to show you. The next project I'm working on is my 2023 holiday Christmas blanket. And I'm so frustrated that I'm so far behind, but I am truly trying to get these projects done. So I showed it to you before. I'm going to show it to you again. I did change the design. Here it is. Now, when I first envisioned this blanket, I envisioned it all white with the Christmas flowers in the center because I wanted the Christmas flowers to stand out. Well, Premier sent me the yarn to make the blanket, but then I miscalculated on how much white I would need. So then I tried to trim it in the red and green. And to me, it looked a little too, I hate to say Christmassy, but the red and green just took away from the center flower. So then what I did was I changed the entire design. I had to take the circle, turn it into a square, and then I wanted to add some texture. But I wanted to keep it solid white just so these Christmas flowers would pop out. So here's the Christmas square right now. And then I did start putting some of my squares together, so I am working on the tutorials, trying to get it done for you. So I'm hoping to have this done maybe the first week of November, the second week of November. You still may have time to get it done, so very sorry it's late. So let me zoom out a little bit with my chair. This is what it's looking like so far. And you can see that little bit of texture adds some design elements to the squares. Now remember, this has not been blocked. This is fresh off the hook, crocheting the squares together. Now what I found was when I made my first square, my sample square, I did not have the basic shimmer, the one with the metallic thread through. So I used the regular Premier Basics, which my squares laid a little bit better. They laid flatter, they looked a little nicer. Now when I used the Premier Basic shimmer, I don't know if it's because of the metallic, but I found that my stitches and my squares pulled a little bit. So with this pattern, once you get your blocks made, you will have to kind of wet press with a damp cloth. You'll turn it over upside down every time you get a block made and just damp press real quick with a steam iron. You don't want to put the iron on it, and I'll explain all that when I do the tutorial, but then that will make your squares lay a little bit flatter. It'll have a different look. It'll look more flat, more professional. Right now it has a lot of wrinkles in it. Now, I don't have the yardage of how much of each color you're going to need, but you're going to need more white than you are any of the other colors. I'm using regular Premier Basic in the yellow, and then I'm using the white shimmer, the red shimmer, and the green shimmer for this design. But I like the way it's coming out. The Christmas flowers just add that special touch for the holidays, and I think it looks a lot better keeping it all white. Now I'm still trying to decide what to do with the border, so if you have any thoughts, do you think I should keep the border solid white and keep the entire Afghan white and those Christmas flowers will pop? Or do you think I should trim it, the border, in red and green, maybe just red, maybe just green? Give me your thoughts of what you would do if you were making this blanket. What color would you use for the border? Now that's the fun of designing, because even if I put a different color border on it, you can choose to use whichever color you wish for the border. So it's just nice sometimes to put your own spin on a design when you're making it. Now this tutorial will be coming. Now it may be broke up in maybe 2 tutorials. As soon as I get the squares and the blocks made, I'll do the tutorial. I'll bring that tutorial out to you, and then I'll film putting the blocks together, and then it may be a 3rd video to put the border, depending on what I'm doing and how long the videos are. But this will be coming, the 2023 holiday Christmas blanket. So I hope you like it, but give me your thoughts on what color would you make the border. Now the last design I'm working on, it's funny because I thought I was going to have my weekend to myself, and it didn't turn out that way. Had to go here, had to go there, and my husband is partly retired, so now he's one who he likes to go places. He likes to go here, he likes to go there. So I was a little frustrated because I had this great idea. I'm going to make an Afghan in a weekend, something that if you're looking for a fast, easy project, maybe for a gift, and you want to make an Afghan. And Premier come out with a new yarn, and I just fell in love with it, so let me show it to you. It's called Canyon Colors, and I did do a video showing this yarn. Now I ordered it in, and then I needed a little bit more, so I ordered some more in because my bedroom is like pink roses. I love Victorian style decor, and I just love this color because it would go with my bedroom. Now the Premier Crayon Colors comes in a 109 yard skein, 100 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. It's 100% acrylic, and best of all, it was machine wash, tumble dry, low heat. So I knew that if I made a comfy blanket for my bedroom, that I could wash it and dry it. And in the winter, I don't know, all of a sudden these weighted blankets got really popular. And I'm one of those people, I get really cold in the winter. My hands, my feet, I can't stand to be cold. And when I go to bed, I like the weight of a pile of blankets on top. And my husband makes fun of me because you can't even see me. I mean, he lays there with like a cotton sheet and I'm here with like 6 blankets on top of me, and I just dive under those covers. And this yarn was the perfect yarn because it had a little bit of weight to it, and it was just a beautiful looking yarn to go with my bedroom. So let me show you the design I'm working on. Now I am using a big hook. I believe I'm using a size L, 11 or 8 millimeter, but look at how pretty this yarn works up. I'm going to step back. I'm going to keep walking back. This is what it looks like. Now you can see my ends hanging there, but the colors are pretty sporadic, evenly spaced. Now, if you looked at the Afghan, you'll notice there was one spot, let me see if I can hold it up, where the purple, right there, if you look, I'm going to pull it down, right there, you'll see that big blotch of purple. That is where I added the new skein of yarn. I ran out of the ones I ordered previously, and then I ordered new yarn in. And I suggest if you're going to order yarn, order it all in one clip so you get the same dye lot, because that one skein just had a hair darker color to it, and it just made that big splotch of color. Now when you look at the Afghan overall, it looks pretty evenly spaced. Now right here where you see this big chunk, I didn't color control. I just take one skein, tie the new end on of the new skein, and I just keep working. So sometimes you might get that bigger blotch of color, but that's where you can cut that off and start with the next color, because they're not very long color bursts in this yarn. But I thought this was really pretty with the dark burgundy. You have that pink, a little bit of tan and cream. I really thought this was pretty. Now, it probably would have helped if I told you the color name and number of this yarn. It's Plum Dandy, color 2098-04. Now, so far, I have 12 skeins of yarn in this blanket. This yarn is $4.99, so that's about $60. And I may need a 13th skein just to put the border on. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be releasing this as soon as I can. So if you're looking for a nice chunky style blanket just to stay nice and cozy warm, you may enjoy working this pattern. Now this pattern is a gorgeous pattern. I was sitting playing around and I just thought it was really pretty, and you really cannot see the pattern in this Afghan. I'm going to hold it up. You can see the texture. Let me see if I can get it up there. Bring it over here where I don't have my ends. Just a beautiful pattern. And what I'm going to do is when I bring the tutorial out, I'm going to do a sample swatch in a solid color, because even though I like this multicolor, I think this would look prettier in a solid color. And I'll bring a sample swatch out in the solid color so you can really see how pretty this stitch pattern is. Perfect for just about anything. So those are the 3 projects that I'm working on, trying to get them finished to bring the crochet tutorial to you as soon as I can. So please let me know in the comments section which one was your favorite and what color would you finish that Christmas blanket with. Would you use red, white, green, or a combination of those colors? I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and until next time, stay inspired and happy crocheting. Bye, everyone.